Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Cody Francis, the head football coach at Hopkins High School. That is on the west side of the state. How's it going?
It's going great. Enjoying some of the rain right now. Hopefully it lets up so we can have a dry practice for once, since it's been raining the last two practices for us.
Yeah. So just overall, how has these few weeks of practice gone for you guys?
I'm really encouraged by the numbers, especially at the lower level. We have the mid-30s, and varsity we're in the mid-20s, which is always great at a school that only has 482 kids at it.
Not bad.
One of the smaller Division V schools out there. So it's going really well. Proud of the kids' effort this year. I've actually kind of pushed them a little bit harder this year to get past that hump, because we're sick of just getting in the playoffs and competing for a conference title. We want to win that conference title. We want to make a run in the playoffs. So that's always the goal, right?
Yeah, of course it is. And it's always good to see in time to take that next step in getting there, and really just kind of talk about how, for people that might not know, how did last season go for you guys?
Well, our varsity team went 5-5. We lost a home opener to Wayland, and then we had a 5-game winning streak. And then sure enough, like many teams in the state of Michigan deal with, the injury bug kind of struck some of our players, and the kids who stepped up into those roles did everything they could. But I think it hurt us more psychologically than on the field, because some of them were leader roles on the team, and I think it affected us. But we were able to get into the playoffs, and we were competitive in every game. And we lost a close one to Berrien Springs, who ended up losing in the district finals to Grand Rapids Catholic Central.
Okay, so now let's talk about some of the guys that are going to be returning for this team, and some of the guys that are going to be some of the guys to watch. So talk about some of the we'll start with the skill positions, and then we'll go from there.
All right. Well, skill positions, I'm fortunate enough that I have Landon Kling coming back, who was one of our halfbacks last year and defensive backs. And he was also our punter and kicker as a junior. And he's going to step into that role and doing a lot of those things again for us, and move into more of the potential lead halfback for our system, where he was a complimentary back for the two last year. And then some other skill positions. We had a young man, Colton Kennedy, who had to step in the last 5 games and be the quarterback for us after our quarterback went down. And he went from being a one-way player to a two-way player, and we could see he was getting a little ran down, tired. And Colton came in this year in a lot better shape, ready for the 2023 campaign. And then besides that, we have a lot of young we are going to be a young varsity team this year. We have a lot of juniors who are going to step up and fill those skill position areas. We have a young man that came out this year as a senior, who I think will be a tremendous help in the skill position area as well, Owen Jackson. And I'm looking forward to seeing what kids like Aaron Arnsman and Landon Dandro and Zach Wieringa do in the skill position area as well for us.
All right, let's go to the offensive and defensive line. Where are we at there?
Oh, well, right there, struck a chord there. I love my big sexies. Again, those kids, they're the reason you succeed. And we had we lost our quarterback to a knee injury last year, but when we started having some of our guards and tackles go down with high ankle sprains, that really kind of hindered the team last year. I'm really excited about our second-year varsity player, who's a junior, named Avery Pavlock. I'm expecting him to really make some strides as an offense and defensive lineman this year. And then on top of that, I got a 3-year senior named Connor Ainsworth, who's it's great to have a guard who can call out and tell us on the sideline what's going on with the defensive fronts and blitz schemes that the other teams are doing. And it's going to be great having him be one of the leaders of the offensive line. And then I have a bunch of juniors who are coming up that I'm excited about. I have Owen Reed, I have James Robinson, I have Milo Brown, Wyatt Harmson, and some other big kids who, again, they're going to be asked as juniors to step up and go against some of those top tier defenses. I mean, we are the smallest 11-man football team in the OK conferences now, with the fact that some of the schools in our conferences chose to go to 8-man football.
All right, let's go to linebackers and secondary.
So linebackers, again, there's Connor Ainsworth. He'll be there. Colton Kennedy, my quarterback, Landon Kling, another outside linebacker. I'm excited about Grant DeHaan, who is a young man that did a lot of special team work for us last year, who I'm expecting big things of him from the secondary position. That young man, Owen Jackson, who came out this year, I'm expecting big things. And then big things, kids like Zach Wieringa and Nash Miller and Cole Shandorf to help us out with secondary.
Okay. And then special teams.
Special teams, again, Landon being the kicker punter last year, that was phenomenal. I'm excited about Owen Reed being able to help us with the kicking game as well. And Aaron Arn's been to help us with the kicking game as well. So it's not all on one kid, but that is very common, in division, 5 and 6, 7 and 8 football, having one young man kind of take a lot of those roles on. Looking forward to seeing kids like, Landon Dandro and some of those other juniors be our return men to give those blows to some of those seniors who are going to be on the field quite a bit.
All right. Well, Cody, we talked about the kids. Now let's talk about the schedule. Of course, I'll just read this off real quick. Of course, starting off the season home against Wayland, August 31st, you'll be at Allendale. September 8th, home against Belding. September 15th at Godwin Heights. September 22nd, home against Sparta. September 29th, home against Comstock Park on the 29th. October 6th at Wyoming Kelloggsville. October 13th at Decatur, and October 20th home against Benton Harbor to finish out the regular season. So a pretty good schedule as always. Yeah, you got some non-conference opponents as well, and a pretty competitive OK Silver.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Wayland, they're basically 131 separates us, and we're neighboring towns. A lot of my players and coaches are related to people in Wayland, and they're related to people in Hopkins. So looking forward to that game. It was a great game last year. Coach Gibson and his defense coordinator Mike Hall doing good things over there at Wayland, and that's one of those games that we wish could have got back, but their kids out weight roomed us last year, and we'll see how this year goes. Allendale, again, great program. They play in a very tough conference, and their coaching staff had a change last year, and I know they're going to be much better this season as well, having a second year under their belt as a staff. And then, of course, you go right into Belding and Sparta. In the first 3 games of the OK Silver schedule is challenging because those are the 2 teams that I know if I beat them, I'm in a run for the OK conference title. But if I lose one of them, I know that the best I could do is a 3-way split, and usually that's not going to happen with the schedule.
Yeah. Okay. So going into this coming week, where's your scrimmage at this week if you have one?
We do have a scrimmage. We're going to be over at West Ottawa High School on Thursday, and we're going to be going against schools like Reese Puffer, West Ottawa, and Fruitport. Yep. And again, my schedule, I play a lot of Division 4. I have 1 Division 3 school in there, and then I have 2 5s. I told my kids, I go, we got to step up our game. We have to play bigger schools constantly, and we got to know what that's like. And why not start our scrimmage off with a big, competition of schools like West Ottawa, who almost made the Division 1 playoffs last year under Coach Collins, and Cody Cater, who, had a heck of a first season. And I know he's got big things coming up at Reese Puffer this upcoming fall as well. And Fruitport has always had a great tradition of good football, and I think they're Division 4 or 3 as well.
All right. Well, Cody, thank you so much for taking some time to talk with us, and best of luck to the Vikings this coming season.
Thank you. Have a great day.